Welcome everyone, latest episode. We are in the workshop. This is our beautiful XK120 with a really fancy number plate as well. You haven't seen this before. It's been in hiding for 2 years and it's back. And it does work, I hope.
Yes, we're back and with a new car to the channel. This 1951 Jaguar XK120. The plan for today is to get this freshly built 3.4 litre XK engine into the car, ready for tuning at the rolling road tomorrow. In just 3 days time, this car will be at Shelsley Walsh for a record attempt up the historic hill climb. A full episode on how we fare up the hill will be up next week. Tom and Jim have mounted the engine to the chassis, but this is where the real work begins.
Basically, we've got to put the all the auxiliaries back on, carburetors, starter motor, exhaust,
inner wings.
everything to build the engine back to running condition. Everything's got to go on and be fitted in line.
Floor, transmission tunnel.
Yeah, oil cooler, you name it, it's got to go back in. The more we get in, the less room we get.
How much oil in one of these?
About 9 litres, which is quite a considerable amount every time you want to change the oil.
Nice entry point down here though.
Yeah, once you've taken all the panel, there's loads of paneling that goes back in here.
The water pump that we usually use was not available. They've changed it, so the actual adjustment for the alternator mounts from a different place, which doesn't give me full adjustment, so I'm going to have to come up with another idea. Got the fan belt, but it's making it fit now. So originally on the different one, the mounting point was here, which gives me more travel that direction. So I need to have to come down to adjust it, to get the adjustment on it. But that means moving our adjustment point. Something's not quite right. So we'll have a look and see what we can do with it.
What are you doing down here, Tom?
Just tightening the oil filter up because we have to take it off to get it in past the steering column. Then I'm going to start plumbing stuff up down here. Then I've got to get the carbs on. Then I've got to get the wiring done. And then I can put the panels on. And then I can put the floor inside the car. Then I can find a seat cushion with that back in.
The Jaguar XK120 was launched back in 1948, and at the time it was the fastest production car in the world, capable of around 120 miles an hour, which is exactly where it gets its name. Under that impossibly long bonnet sits Jaguar's legendary XK Straight 6, an engine so good it stayed in production for over 40 years and powered everything from road cars to Le Mans winners. The very earliest XK120s were actually hand-built with lightweight aluminium bodies over an ash frame. Jaguar only built around 240 of these alloy-bodied cars before switching to pressed steel bodies like this one when full production got underway. Around 12,000 XK120s were built in total, as the XK120 was a huge hit for Jaguar, paving the way for the legendary XK140 and XK150 and establishing Jaguar as one of the world's leading manufacturers of high-performance sports cars.
Do you know how an elephant asks for a bun?
No.
Can I have a bun for me?
Don't laugh, it only makes it worse. And a quick message from today's sponsor. Now that's me, I am today's sponsor, ADH Classics Motor Racing. If you've got a race car, or you want to go do some track days or a bit of racing, then get in touch with us. We'd be more than happy to help out with anyone's racing ambitions this year. Get hold of us on Instagram or via email. If you're really lucky, I might phone you back.
Despite all the little hurdles, the build was slowly coming together. With a new alternator bracket in place, the auxiliary belt could finally be fitted, the team could finally fit the radiator and get it plumbed in. Meanwhile, Tom tackled the wiring. When the going gets tough, what's your motto?
I always say to myself, no one else is coming to do it, so you've got to get it done, haven't you? That's what keeps you going. You just go, no one else is doing it, got to do it ourselves.
I'm going to put the carbs on next, and I'm going to do this last bit of wiring. Yeah, carbs on next and that bit of wiring.
Do you know dogs can't operate MRI machines? Cats can.
I'm just trying to thread this plate and throttle cable back up through without having to take the carbs off again. And I repaired the inlet manifold. We've already done it once and then realised I was the wrong side of the steering column, so that was frustrating.
See the light at the end of the tunnel?
It's probably just a train coming the other way. You didn't really need much in your 1950s race car. We can race it without the roll cage if we want. It's too old, you see. We don't actually need them to race. I mean, they're not doing very much because the floor is wood. If you just have a little ganders there, it's plywood. Seats bolted to a bit of plywood. This one's a bit different. This has got a composite floor and I welded a steel frame underneath. So that's bolted to a steel frame that's welded to the chassis.
So there's a lot more structural rigidity.
Yeah, the passenger's going to die because the plywood will break.
No, there's a roll cage there. Cage.
Roll hoop.
Oh, yeah.
They are attached to the chassis quite well, yeah. Yeah, no harnesses, no cage. You could race this car without either of those things because of its age. Yeah.
Not that you want to.
No, not really, no. I mean, they're there as a token gesture anyways. They're to make you feel better. Imagine if you rolled this over.
I'd rather not.
Yeah, I'd rather not. This car's a real, you've got to respect it. Take the top off of the electronic choke. Electronic choke in 1950. So I used to have the coils mounted on either side of the front of the engine. And they got extremely hot and the vibrations and they'd stop working. So we relocated it all the way back here. And the bulkhead out the way. And a dip dim switch.
Dip beam switch on your foot.
Just
No way.
Yep, old cars, quite common. Old vehicles, 1950s, early 60s. Dip beam switch on the floor.
What Jaguar should have done, which would have been, right up their street, was put a teacup holder in. Yeah, because obviously when you're working, that's why the wings are so flat, so you can put your cup of tea on the table. But if they'd have thought carefully, you could have just put a nice plate in there with it. Kept it warm.
If I'm ever
around as
right,
well.
Jonathan in development tried, but they couldn't get the saucer to fit correctly.
Yes, I think the Royal Dorchester saucers.
Royal Worcester.
Royal Worcester saucers those didn't fit. That was right. I once had a friend, this is a true story, right? Working on a rally car on the RAC, and the thing kept catching fire. Utter disaster of the car. So it's about 1 o'clock in the morning. Haven't slept for 2 days. Trying to assemble some sort of wiring loom to keep the thing going under the dashboard. And I remember going to my mate who I was with at the time. I said, film this. I said, we've got a new Lucas relay here, so we've just got to put the smoke back in it. So I got a fag in my mouth going, blowing the smoke back into the relay. I was like, and that's how you keep them topped up till it runs out next time round. A mate of mine rings me up a week later after seeing this on YouTube and goes, why are you putting smoke in that relay? Is that special or something? He was deadly serious.
Why do you put smoke in the relay?
Because if they were made by Lucas back in the day, the smoke would escape, so you had to top it up. And in fact, if you go online, you can buy a bottle with the Lucas sticker on it, and it says like a cloudy orangey colour, and it says
Depends
Lucas
if you want
wiring
electrical
smoke on
fire.
it with a part number.
Depends on if you want 20 amp or 40 amp electrical fire smoke.
Yeah, you've got to get different ones.
It's all gone really quiet in here.
Yeah, it's gone quiet because we're on the final little bits and pieces. Clutch slave cylinder, the bolt back on. Dad's finishing off the interior. Reggie's doing the really exhaust job, which I really don't envy. I've done that enough times because it likes to blow gaskets. You can't show what brand it is because they won't give me a sponsorship deal, and they won't even give me a discount. Brandless until they give me a decent discount. They won't give me any discount. I've asked nicely. None at all. And yet we use a lot of it.
Motul, this could be you.
Yeah, Motul, that could be you actually. Motul, do you want to send us some oil, please? I take Motul. Castrol, maybe?
Castrol definitely won't associate with us.
You go first to reverse very easily.
Where is reverse in this box then?
There.
Oh, so that is very
There's
close.
first, there's second.
Oh, good God.
You punch that every time you change up the box. Captain. Just want to build some oil pressure before we fire it up. We know it's been ran on the engine dyno and it should be fine, but we just want to make sure we've got oil pressure showing on the gauge before we fire it up and without putting as much stress on it. We take the plugs out. Oh, and that's cylinder 1 on the XK120. At the back, that's number 1. So even though we always blame the French for doing that, it's actually us. I found that out the hard way. Why is this fucking timing light flashing up all over the fucking place? It's 180 degrees out, this is.
There's nothing here that's wrong.
There can't be anything wrong, we haven't done anything.
Pump oil in somewhere.
Let's ring mass, shall we?
A quick call to the engine builder later, and the team were told a trick that could help build that pressure.
Right, so basically,
Give it a little bit of a crank pressure. Yep.
that's good, that works.
Loads of oil pressure. 50 psi of fuel pressure, of oil pressure.
I like that.
That is a trick and a half, isn't it?
I like that trick.
And with the spark plugs back in, it was time for a proper start. But something wasn't right.
She's off. Yeah, we've got a big misfire, haven't we? Oil's working fine, all the electrics are on. Could be stale fuel, could be fuel delivery. Whatever it is, we need to sort that out before it goes to Harry. Can't just ever work, can they? Can't just fucking go in and run.
Would you drain the old fuel, or would you just dilute it with new fuel?
Well, I'll just check how much is in here a minute. I didn't think there was very much. Yeah, barely registering. So, no, I just pour the fresh fuel in. Yeah, that does smell a bit stale actually. That does smell not like fuel anymore. Yeah, if it had loads in, that doesn't fit in there.
Even with fresh fuel though, the car was still running poorly.
Been ran on the dyno with those carbs. Fuel pump boys.
Yeah.
We've not got enough fuel pressure. Currently we have a misfire, so we are playing the game of change bits and pieces. We've got a float sticking on the SU, so we're just sorting that problem out. And this coil's been on here forever, so I'm just going to give that a little change just in case. That's half my problem. There's something like that, yeah.
What do you call a man with a number plate on his head?
I don't know.
Reg. What does his mother call him? Reg. What do you call a man with a number plate on his head who's been hit by a car?
Go on.
X-Reg.
Oh, jeez.
What do you call a dinosaur with no eyes?
Dunno.
Do you think he saw us? He's laughing.
And with the car button back up, it was time to see if the changes had made a difference.
A lot better, but it's not there. It sounds fine. I think he's going to have to give it to Harry. Isn't it? See what Harry.
The middle ones open quite a lot quicker.
No, it should always be the front one first. Should open fastest. We might need adjusting on the throttle linkage. We have had the linkage off, haven't we? Yeah, I don't think there's any fundamental problem. I would like to put a car together one day and it just work. It's going to the Roding Road tomorrow, yes.
Going to see the wizard.
Yeah, it's going to see the wizard, also known as Harry. Yeah, well that's it then. We've got it in, it's running. Going to take it over to the wizard tomorrow and let him do the tuning. And then I will have it back tomorrow evening, and Thursday and Friday I will just finish it off, give it a good clean. It's been 2 years, obviously, it's been sat in the storage unit. It needs a very good clean. We'll put a decent geometry setup on it, and Ian is planning to take the XK record. on the weekend at Shelsley Walsh. He is going for the class record, which is about 1.5 seconds off of last time we had a crack at it. So he's had a bit more experience. We got a fresh race engine, a little bit more power. Put some Avons on it instead of these Dunlops, and we'll take this roll cage out, save a bit more weight. Won't bother putting that seat in. Yeah, we'll get a couple another 100 kilos out of this thing before we send it up the hill, yeah. And we'll see how we get on. So it's worth tuning in to see if Ian's crashed it or set a new XK record. It's going to be one or the other. So yeah, I look forward to it. We'll see you all next week.